Hello everybody. Well, this is part number 3. This is the third question. I want to ask the end time believers, the believers in the rapture, the Antichrist that must come, the 7-year tribulation that must come, all that kind of stuff. I want to ask you the third question today, and that is from Matthew chapter 24. And I'm going to read to you from verse 29. Verse 29 says, "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give a light. And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken." Verse 30. "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other." Now the question I want to ask you in verse 29, it says that after the tribulation immediately the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give a light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Now in Revelation we also read about the stars that will fall on the earth. So then after that, the sign will appear, all tribes will see him, and then he will gather his elect from all over. So now I want to know from you, how is verse 30 and verse 31 going to come into fulfillment if the sun is no longer shining, the moon is no longer giving its light, the stars are falling? I mean, if the sun is no longer, do you know that God's creation is so amazing that if the earth was a little bit closer to the sun, we will all scorch. And if we were a little bit further from the sun, we will all freeze to death. So now the sun is not there, and the moon is not there, and the stars are falling. I mean, then we're all dead. Right? We're all dead. If a star hits the earth, if a star falls on the earth, the only thing that's left of the earth is smoke. Because the star is like, I don't know how many thousands of times bigger than the earth. So there's no hope that anybody will survive if a star hits the earth. So how is the rest going to come into fulfillment? How will the eye see him at his coming? Have you ever thought about that? Now, the answer lies in this. You can't just take everything literally in the Bible. The Pharisees took Jesus literally, and they misunderstood him every time. He said, "Eat me." They said, "Oh, this is impossible." The lady at the well, he says, "I will give you water and you will thirst no more." She says, "Where's your bucket?" She took him literally. You can't take the word of God literally. I mean, if the word of God is literally, it means Jesus is now a lamb walking around in heaven. So no, we need to know what to take literally and what to take symbolically. And there lies your answer. Until next time, when I will ask you the next question. God bless you. We love you.